What's going on, everybody? It's Carmine from Barmine Tech, and today we're talking about how I'm breaking up with Docker. So, as you guys know, on this channel I use Docker a lot, and I use it in my home lab a lot for a lot of my different projects, whether it's for my Plex server, a lot of the services I run in my house, like my WireGuard, or anything else. I've been running Docker and Portainer for over 2 years now. But now I think it's finally time to call it quits and break up with Docker, because the Proxmox helper scripts have been a game changer with the LXC containers and everything else. And I know that the LXC containers are always something that you could have done, and I could have set up pretty much all my Docker containers as an LXC container originally, but it was just never as simple as it is now. And being that the LXC containers are probably easier than setting up most of the Docker containers at this point, it just makes sense to use the LXC containers with the helper scripts over setting up Docker and using Docker containers anymore. So we're just going to go over some of the stuff that I've done to break up with Docker and move over to LXC containers from how I used to do it with Docker. So to start, if you've been watching the channel for a while, we've talked about setting up Pi-hole as an LXC. Last week we did homepage as an LXC container. MySpeed is a new container that I actually just started using, but I used to use Speed Test Tracker, which I ran in Docker. I had Uptime Kuma, which was another container that I ran in Docker, and you could all see that these have the tags, so they are from the helper scripts, and the install for these was probably less than 2 minutes, and they were working right away. And luckily, stuff like Uptime Kuma has a backup and restore feature in it. It's not the best, and they say they don't really support it anymore, but I was able to carry over my whole config from the Docker setup to the LXC container setup and have my whole Uptime Kuma restored in a matter of minutes. So I just want to come over here. We're going to actually take a look at my Docker setup. So this is currently what I have going. Now, I can't fully move away from Docker at this point, just because the Proxmox helper scripts don't have all the containers that I currently need. So like Cloudflare DDNS isn't something that they have set up. I could just build out an Ubuntu container and use the Cloudflare script to do this, which is an option, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might just keep this running for now. I do have Nextcloud running in Docker, which is something that we can do on Proxmox, which we've covered before. And I actually probably will work on to move this over into an LXC container and get this out of Docker. I have my Nginx proxy manager, which I'm going to move this out of Docker at some point. The only thing I have right now that's holding me up is my Let's Encrypt cert, but I'll probably move this out, and I really just don't want to move the config because I have a lot of domains configured in this. And then other than that, there's really nothing going on other than my WireGuard Easy, which can be moved out, no hassle. And I really don't use WireGuard anymore because I use Tailscale pretty much for everything. So I can almost shut off my entire Docker machine at this point. There's only a couple containers that are working with it, and the big idea is actually trying to free up more resources on my server. So we can come over here right now, and I have 32 gigs of memory on this server. Currently I'm using about 23. So if I come over to my Docker machine, so this Docker machine does have 8 gigs, but it's only using about 2.5, and I'd probably go and run htop. I think the command is on to actually make sure to see what it's actually using. So over here we could actually see that it's using even less. It's only using about half a gig of memory, which is fine. I don't really stress about the memory usage, but I can turn this down and limit it so it only gets about 4 gigs, because I'm not going to be running as many services out of here, and now that gives me more memory that I can give to another service or a VM that might be running on my server. So I do work with a mini lab, and there's only so much to work with resource wise, so by cutting down it gives me more room. And I know I'm only taking these containers out of Docker to put them right back into an LXC, but the LXCs use really small amounts of memory, so like Uptime Kuma is using 200 megs. Over here we have MySpeed, which is using 100 megs. Homepage is using 300 megs, and Pi-hole is using 67. So I still believe that's under a gig. I didn't add it all up, but it's still under a gig, and I have the majority of my containers that I do have run already. And I know that I know the Docker machine that we just looked at is using just about the same for all these containers currently running, but it's pretty much the same number, and it's easier to manage. The other thing that is really nice about using the LXCs with the helper scripts is the manageability. So over here in the helper scripts, the VE tools, we have LXC Cleaner, we have LXC Updater, we have File Trim. I mean, there's a lot of different tools in here to help make sure your LXC containers are up to date and working properly and maintained. Over here in Portainer and Docker, it's not as simple, and every time that we update this container, there's a risk of losing the whole config. So this is something that actually happened to me with my Plex tools. So like Sonar Radar, when I updated them, I completely lost my whole config and I had to start over. That happened to me twice, and it was really a hassle because setting that all up again from scratch was not easy. I'm not sure why it happened, but it did when I updated it. But moving away from Docker and how this setup currently is will be really nice. And I'm not saying that I won't use Docker in the future, because I will. There's still going to be containers that are going to be running out of this Docker environment. But I'm trying to move away a little bit and have more stuff run on my mini lab. The other nice thing that I have about this is I do back up the Docker machine, but it's the whole machine that I'm backing up. Over here, I'm backing up my containers, and they go straight to the backup server, and I can restore them as I need, and I have more availability. So let's say on my Docker machine, one container broke, but all the others aren't. Now I have to restore everything back to the same point, and I might lose other data on the other containers that weren't broken versus the one that was. Over here, since I'll have backups of all the individuals, I can just come straight to here and be done and back up right through there. The other thing is, I'm not an expert when it comes to Docker networking, how they subdivide the networks and how everything else works. So by coming back to running everything in Proxmox, I'll have individual IPs for every container, and everything will work super smoothly when it comes to the networking aspect. So it's just small gripes that I have. I am choosing that I'm going to use Proxmox more for the majority of my containers, and if we do come over here, we do have a lot of the different stuff over here that we've been using. So like networking, I have all my stuff in here that I have, and we actually come over here and grab WireGuard. So like WireGuard's another one of the containers that I'm probably going to end up installing soon, but like Nginx Proxy Manager is one that I'm definitely going to need. So just for example, this is something that's running over here on my Docker environment. So I can just copy this command. I can come over to my mini lab, open up the shell, paste that in, and over here we can install the container. So we're just going to hit yes, and then we're going to start letting this install the default settings, and in about a minute or so we'll be back and this will be all set up. So we can see that Nginx is all done installing, and if I come over here and just go to the URL, it's all set to start logging in and configuring with my setup. So like I said, I'm not here to like bash on Docker, and I still will be using Docker. I'm just planning to move off of it and move some of my services to my Proxmox server, just for the ease of use, the maintenance, and everything else. And plus, it might finally give me a good reason to start learning some of the Proxmox networking, so I can control how these containers go out and limit their access and stuff like that, especially for some of the stuff that is more networking based or anything like that. So that's really it. That's all I have to say about this one. I'm just, going to start moving off of Docker and moving a lot of my stuff to Portainer, and it just seems to be the popular thing lately. I haven't seen as many people talking about Docker and Portainer anymore. I don't see a lot of videos about it. I see a lot of videos about LXC containers and using Proxmox. So I figured I'd just hop in and make this video about this as well. So yeah, that's really it. That's my experience. I'm going to be moving off of Docker, and I'm going to be using a lot more LXC containers, and I'm going to really depend more on the Proxmox OS and my mini server to run the majority of my services versus a VM and then another virtualization for containers inside of it. So I guess it will help in a sense, because I'm no longer virtualizing in a virtual machine. I know regardless that's what I'm doing anyway, but I don't know. I'm just rambling here. Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you could drop a like, comment, and make sure to subscribe to see more videos in the future, and maybe check out some of my older videos that are on my channel, because maybe you'll find something that you've been looking for. Other than that, I'll have links to all my gear in my home lab below. I'll have a link to my Discord server you want to join up, and we also have the merch store, so be able to check that down below. It's barmindtech.com. We have hoodies, t-shirts, hats, long sleeves. There'll be more stuff coming in the future, so be sure to check that out. Other than that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.